Most Star Wars fans, when they think of Dooku, recall a tyrant that terrified millions of innocents and was responsible both directly and indirectly for the deaths of hundreds of Jedi Knights. But there was a time when Dooku was considered one of the greatest Jedi alive, with his only equals being Mace Windu and Grandmaster Yoda. However, during this time, Dooku still realized many of the flaws of the Jedi Order, so much so that on 2 occasions he went against the Council. The first time, refusing a seat on the Council, and the second, leaving the Council outright as a member, the details of which we will explore in this video. Before we begin though, I would like to thank today's sponsor, the Star Wars Card Trader app. By taking sponsorships, it enables me to keep making Star Wars content on a regular basis, especially with this uncertain time on YouTube. The Star Wars Card Trader is a completely free application that allows you to collect and trade various Star Wars characters, from the most popular to the most obscure creatures and Force users a galaxy far, far away has to offer. The Star Wars Card Trader is always fantastic on keeping tabs on nearly all of the Star Wars characters, even many that simply appear in the background, shedding light on some of the darkest and most notable of their deeds. This Star Wars Day is a great time to get involved and start trading with people around the world now. My Card Trader username is Stupendous Wave 123 if you would like to trade with me directly. I try to only take sponsorships on content and products I truly enjoy and find relevant to the channel, so my hope is that you guys will enjoy the app as much as I do. I hope to see you there, and leave in the comments below which characters and versions of characters you get in your very first pack. Again, there is a link to get the app completely free in the description below. Thanks again to the Star Wars Card Trader, and let's continue with the video. After becoming a Jedi Master, Dooku was offered a role as a Jedi Council member, but after pondering on it for some time, refused the role, citing his reasoning that he believed his skills best suited for field deployment, and thought he could be a better service to the Jedi and the innocents of the galaxy, actively protecting it, not governing it from a chair. Although the Council was disappointed and a bit shocked, as refusing a seat on the Jedi Council was extremely rare, they believed Dooku's motives just, and accepted the denial with grace. Dooku had also grown to be an esteemed teacher at the Jedi Temple, with his ability with telekinesis being exceptionally noteworthy. By all accounts, Dooku was a perfect Jedi, with Mace Windu considering him a role model. Dooku's track record at settling disputes was also extremely impressive, as throughout the galaxy he befriended many powerful individuals, friendships he would later use against the Jedi. However, eventually, after being offered yet another seat on the Council, Dooku accepted, with the understanding he would still be frequently deployed in the field. On one of these field missions, Dooku discovered the Jedi were being manipulated by the Mandalorians, and attempted to uncover the plot. However, when addressing this to the Jedi Council, he learned that they were aware of it, and allowed it due to political advantages it granted them. This infuriated Dooku, who attempted to explain to the Council that Jedi's lives had been lost while the Council knew of this. The Jedi explained to Dooku that they served the Senate and that this had to be done. Dooku, however, refused to accept this response, and requested to be removed from the Jedi Council. Although this was again exceedingly rare, the Council agreed. Following this, Dooku confided in his friend Senator Palpatine, who explained to Dooku he believed the only way to achieve peace and a truly just galaxy was for one ruler to be established over it all, and the Senate and the Jedi must be made to serve this one power, or be swept aside. I declined to be a member of the Council in order to devote myself to diplomacy, and look how that has turned out. The Republic is sliding deeper into chaos. You're one man against a galaxy full of scoundrels. One man should be able to make a difference, if he is powerful enough. While this revelation hurt Dooku a great deal, he was determined to remain a Knight of the Order, believing he could accomplish more good within the Jedi Order than outside of it. At this time, Dooku began exploring both Jedi and Sith texts, and discovered prophecies of dark times that would one day come for the Jedi Order. Believing these dark ages had not come yet, but were on the horizon, Dooku again pled with the Jedi to prepare for this. Witnessing firsthand the arrogance of the Jedi, specifically the Order, Dooku began frequently relaying his frustrations to Senator Palpatine, who in turn told Dooku about much of the hardship throughout the galaxy the Jedi Order were turning a blind eye towards, for political reasons. This is where bad went to worse for Dooku, as he learned of the death of his former Padawan and closest friend, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. Dooku later discovered that Jinn had warned the Jedi Council of the dangers he faced just prior to his death, and that the Council and the Senate did not heed his warnings. This was the last straw, as Dooku removed himself from the Jedi Order, and when he was questioned directly by the Council concerning his departure, he gave no response. Knowing both the Jedi and the Senate betrayed, and in Dooku's mind, were as responsible for the death of Qui-Gon Jinn as much as the Sith that killed him, he left in silence. Even though I knew the Senate was corrupt, the Council was fallible, and Jedi training methods far from perfect, I remained with the Order for 12 years after Galadran. Why? Because I still believed that I could accomplish some good as a Jedi. I thought I could bring about some positive changes, right certain wrongs, and do better than maintain the status quo. In short, I was an utter fool. Dooku now became determined to kill the Master of the Sith responsible for Jin's death, as well as use his fortune as the Count of Sereno to combat the perceived tyranny of the Jedi. However, as we know, Dooku instead joined the Sith Order as a servant of Darth Sidious, and although his motives may have began as righteous, he died a servant of the dark, and was remembered as such. So what do you think of Count Dooku, and him refusing a seat on the Jedi Council, and later leaving the Jedi Council and Jedi Order entirely? Thanks a final time to the Star Wars Card Trader for sponsoring this video. If you enjoyed this video and feel it deserves it, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like, as it helps me out a great deal. If you have any future video suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below, as I go through them often and may make a full video dedicated to one. If you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related, from news, theories, and explanation videos. If you'd like to interact with me directly, the best place to do so is on Twitter @StupendousWave. Thanks so much for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.